A new Nanos poll has found that most Canadians are in favor of our government being unfriendly with China due to the political events that have unfolded over the past month. Let's bring in Nick Nanos from Nanos Research for more. Nick, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
All right, so what do we see when it comes to Canadians' thoughts on the Canada-China relationship?
Well, it's interesting, when we ask Canadians on how friendly or unfriendly relations should be between Canada and China, what we found was that only about 12% of Canadians, or about 1 out of every 10, thought it should be more friendly, while more than 4 out of every 10 thought that it should be less friendly. So to put that into context, people are 3.5 times more likely to think that we should have unfriendly relationships with China than to have friendly relationships. And this is in the fallout of the two Canadians, the two Michaels that were released, and also the release of the Huawei executive. So even with that all being settled, it looks like Canadians aren't really hot on having friendly relations with China at this particular point in time.
And Nick, were you surprised by Canadians being in favor of cutting friendly ties with China?
Well, yes, because the fact of the matter is that China is not just a political, but it's an economic superpower. It's important to all of the economies around the world. And when Canadians get, what I'll say, a little bit reticent in terms of relations with one of the big superpowers in the world, it should cause pause. So that's where we are today. Who knows where we'll be in the future on this, but right now, at least, the Canadians are more likely to be negative than positive overall when it comes to the Canada-China relationship.
Okay, Nick, let's take a look at your second poll, focusing on Canadians' thoughts on the free trade agreement with China. Break that down for us, please.
Well, what's interesting is that when we track this over time, there's been a significant shift. Back in 2019, Canadians were evenly split between moving quickly forward on free trade or perhaps delaying free trade with China because of the controversies between the two countries. But fast forward to 2021, in the latest poll that we just completed for the Globe, only about 19% of Canadians believe that free trade should be moving forward with China, while about 69% believe there should be a pause. So what we're seeing is a significant slowdown in terms of the appetite for that economic relationship to get even closer with China at this time.
And Nick, as you just mentioned, all of this, of course, is stemming from issues with Huawei and Meng Wanzhou. Do Canadians want Huawei to be allowed to participate in our 5G telecommunications network?
Yeah, there's been significant movement on this front, too. When we asked Canadians 2 years ago about Huawei's participation in the 5G network, about 53% said that it was okay. But what we can see at least is that right now at least that's dropped to 10%, actually from 22 to 10%, and 3 out of every 4 Canadians are okay at least at this point in time in restricting Huawei from participating in the 5G network, like a number of other countries have done, like Australia and the United States and the United Kingdom. So this is just another tension point of what I'll say the erosion of the Canada-China relationship, and what I'll say a souring, not just in terms of political relations, but economic relations and relations on this very important 5G network, which is being built in Canada.
All right, well, thanks for that. Again, that is Nick Nanos of Nanos Research. Have a good one, Nick.
You too.